Huh? You can give out the Shinigami eyes to humans? He knows when Light will die. Welcome back, my favorite weebs. Today we are continuing with Death Note episode 3. In last episode we saw L reveal himself. He seems to be the world's greatest detective, allegedly. And we also saw L outsmart the hell out of Light. So how will Light respond to that threat that L made? I don't know. Watch this reaction until the end and we'll find out together. Let's go. Man, this investigation is already going full speed in such a short amount of time. They really want to catch Kira, it seems. A lot of victims. So many heart attacks. Man, L is thinking of every possible detail. Every little clue gets him closer to catch Light. How do you deduce that? Okay, yeah. I was about to say there had to be other grounds for this. How did he read Light so well? I don't understand. This guy must have 500 IQ or something. Yep, do it as fast as possible. L really is that efficient guy. Matsuda. He's actually giving Light some credit. Maybe this guy isn't so evil. He's getting rid of all the criminals for us. That was a quickie, a quick session. Anything you want, L, anything. Well, they were made public by the TV, right? They were shown on news, I would assume. Otherwise, Light couldn't find out each and every one of those criminals. Yeah, but you're still right. You didn't say anything wrong, Matsuda. Yep, at least you had the guts to do it. But still, it makes sense. Back to the demon. He's watching as the brother and sister are doing homework together. This is so wholesome. You sure do act like a normal brother sometimes. You are not just an evil freak, non-stop. What? The chief inspector of the police is Light's dad? Oh, I'm sure that this will not complicate things later, right? This is so ballsy by the show that they did this. So now Light doesn't only have to defend from L and has to be wary of L alone, he also has to be wary of his dad. And they live in the same house, and he knows his schedule probably. This got so confusing. Oh, okay. Maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe this is an advantage for Light. Because he can keep gathering data and information. How is he casually hacking into the database of the police? Of Japan's police force? Okay, so that's why he's so calm and chill and confident. Because he's keeping up with every update that the task force and L are making to the case. So basically, every time L gets one step closer and finds another clue to catch him, he will instantly know because he has access to that database. So L is actually not moving forward, he stays in the same place. I think what Light is saying is that to be more creative with the deaths of all those criminals and stop making the default judgment to just leave them die of a heart attack. I think he will get more and more creative with his executions as the show goes on. Dramatic OST playing while he's just walking on the street. Okay, so did he already change his method of killing? We'll see. Nope. That looks like a heart attack to me. Maybe he's keeping his ace, his trump card, for later. When L gets closer to him, you know? You shouldn't use all of your smartest moves so early on into the case. Yeah. So the same MO. Oh, but now he changed the schedule of deaths. He's no longer killing them from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. So that's to throw L off guard, maybe. Maybe he's not a student. So now he's scheduling every death 1 hour apart from each other. That's so smart. You basically can't narrow it down to a single job, occupation, or profession if a criminal dies every single hour. There's no schedule that fits that. Let's see how smart L actually is. Did he catch on that? Yeah, why indeed? Oh, I didn't even think of that, but he came into the right conclusion. He's up in Light's head. Yeah, so he's trying to dismiss him being a student. Okay, I'll take back what I said earlier, that L cannot get ahead because Light has access to the database. No, L is still like 5 steps ahead at the moment. Yeah, but what if that gets to your dad? He's the chief. I'm sure he will suspect your dad as well, and that will create problems. Just kill a bunch of dudes. Nothing special. Yeah, exactly. Because if L suspects someone from within the police, wouldn't he suspect someone that has a daughter or child at home from the task force? So, by Light showing up into the police's database, isn't that narrowing his location? Because L is going to suspect the families of every task member involved, so I don't think that's productive. This is only episode 3, I don't think you're finishing him off soon. I love the thing about his show is that every single scene we see different perspectives. We see what L is thinking in the moment, we see what his logic is, and we do the same with Light. This is such a nice balance. Yep. Is that so? So Light is betting on the fact that the L and the police force will not get along for much longer, which is a ballsy bet, I must say. If the police force are really righteous and they want to find this worldwide criminal, Kira, I'm sure that they will be able to cooperate more with L. So I'm not sure about his hypothesis here. Yeah, so Light basically made it way easier for L to actually find him, to pinpoint his location, but he's confident in the fact that when L comes to him, he will be able to kill him. I'm not sure what to think about that. It's already starting? Oh, so Light's plan is starting to work. They want to resign because they no longer trust L. They don't want to be investigated in their private lives and have their families investigated. So Light was actually right for now. Oh, okay, so they're more scared of getting killed by Kira and involving their families, rather than being investigated by L. Yeah, why would you trust him? Show yourself, you coward! Yeah, but now it makes even more sense for for L, excuse me, to cover his face and identity. If he now knows that Kira can kill a person, if he has their face and name, why would he ever show up now? He's been anonymous this whole time, working on so many cases, and for this case particularly, he actually needs to keep his face hidden. So the police force should understand that. Uh-oh. They have FBI agents camping the school? I would assume multiple schools, not just the one where Light goes. Yeah, so my prediction is that L will start investigating every background of every task force member. And their families, most likely. But that's a bait, because that's exactly what Light wants him to do at the moment. So we'll see how this goes. Ooh. Ryuk is saying that he will stay until the end with Light, but that he's neutral, he's not necessarily on his side. Interesting. Fair, fair. Yeah, at least he gives you apples. You need to give him something in return. You need to help him a bit. Never thought that something can creep him out. That's a hint that he gave Light. That's actually really useful. This is awkward now. That agent must be thinking, damn, why did he stop so suddenly now? Okay, but how? It's not like Light will grab a knife and stab him on the streets. He needs to kill through his Death Note. Just like you wished him to. No, not yet. Next episode he'll come to you. My shadows. Another clue from Ryuk. He's really active this episode. He said that he's a natural force, that he's impartial to Light, but he's starting to help him out a bit more, as you can see. Why? We are getting more Shinigami lore, baby, yes. Shinigami received the humans' remaining lifespan for them? What? I thought that the Shinigami were immortal by nature, but it seems that they are not. They actually depend on humans. Interesting. So they don't do the killings themselves using the Death Note, but they do drop that note and hope that a random human picks up the Death Note and kills as many people as possible, I guess, with the Death Note. So their lifespans keep on increasing and they become virtually immortal. That's so interesting. So that's 20 years added to the Shinigami? Yeah, so it does work like that, okay. I mean, I don't know how you establish Shinigami. It doesn't seem to have a physical form to speak of. I love how this motherfucker Ryuk was saying earlier that he's impartial into Light. but then decided to spill the beans on every little detail of the Shinigami world later this episode. He's actually giving a lot of valuable info.
二つ目の違いは多分ライト
There's
にと
even
っても
more?
っと面白い。寿命を伸ばすのではなく縮める話だがな。縮める話死神は人間の顔を見るだけでその人間の名前がわかる。なぜだかわかるか。死神の目には人間の顔を見るとそいつの名前と寿命が顔。
So Ryuk is able to see Light's full name without even knowing him, and how much time he has left to live? What? Can you not abuse that power? Because Shinigamis can also write the names in the note, I would guess. They should be able to do that. Uh-oh. He knows when Light will die. What a clown! So he knows exactly when Light will die, how much time he has left to live, but he refuses to tell him. Oh my god. This will get in Light's head. That's so broken, that's so OP. Huh? You can give out the Shinigami eyes to humans? This is some dark lore shit. Yeah. I want them. This got Light thinking. Imagine going into Light's head right now. Should I just sacrifice half of my lifespan in order to have the most OP power combined with the Death Note? Because if he accepts the deal and just looks at any person, including L, he would be able to know their real name, therefore write it down in the book and kill them. So this might actually be tempting for Light to use later on in the series. I mean, if you are at the point where you are sick or ill and you have 1 year left, why wouldn't you accept the trade anyway? What's the difference between 1 year and half a year? It's the same shit. Yeah. But he can give you the eyes. Not yet. This is too early. Ryuk just got Light really pumped. Is he on board with the idea to sacrifice half his life? But he's just a student, a teenager. Of course, Light wouldn't be able to know if he dies tomorrow from a car accident, for example, or if he gets shot. But realistically, he's really young. He's 15 or 16, I would guess. So why would you trade half your life yet? I think he will use this deal with Ryuk as sort of a last resort if he gets really desperate or caught by the police later. I would assume at some point he will make the trade and say yes. But he has to be really cornered to do that. What an interesting episode 3 that was. This show is so smart. There are so many things you need to keep track of. I'm sure that by the time we reach the halfway point of the series, there will be 1 billion fucking things we need to keep track of. But that's really complex and it shows why this is such a good series. I think this is similar to Code Geass. I'm also watching Code Geass on the channel. If you want to check out those episodes, they will be on the screen. I'm on the 4th episode, and so far, both of these series have been amazing. If you've enjoyed the reaction, guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next week. Sayonara, love you, bye.